Okay, honey, here we are. Thanks for letting me do this tonight. I know you don't really feel like doing this. Not really. You can turn it off if you want. Should I? I wish you wouldn't. Let's get it out of the way. First, let's just look at this little clip from this movie, right? Okay. This was the. Um, Let me speak first. Okay. Praise be God and Mother. Thank you for another beautiful day together. Yes. Praise be God and Mother. Sunday evening. Um, I, Me and Lena were both guided to another pretty recent interview with good old Mei Feng Pang, right? Talking trash as she always does. She's a liar. And John got very upset because of this interview. Why did now this one upset you? Because she said in the interview that when you found out that Yoko was pregnant with Sean, that you went to her apartment, to May's apartment, and you said to her, "I wish that this was going to be your baby with me. I bet you wish this was your baby. I wish this was your baby too. Like me and you were having this baby." Right. And that's a lie. And with each new interview that she gives for this film, which we have not viewed yet. No, not viewed. Uh, May Pang, a love story, or what? Lost Weekend, right? May Pang, a love story. Well, she even took the title from John and Yoko, a love story, was a made for TV documentary, and she just said the Lost Weekend, a love story. She gave it her own love. She needed her own love story, right? Look, it was an affair. She was far from innocent. I'll go back to it again. The rich, famous guy dumped her and went back to his wife. Simple as that. I do want to address that. John, you look sick. Can this be the end of it now with this one? I cannot fucking stand even thinking about her anymore. It is making me ill. Yes? I need it to be known that I never said those words. I need it to be out there that I never said that I wished that my baby, Sean, that I wished it was her baby and not Yoko's. And that's just the latest of these lies that she is circulating. And with each new interview, more lies come out. But everyone is getting so brainwashed by her. All right, can I ask you something? Why does it matter? Let them be brainwashed by her. Let them think whatever they want. It matters to me most what you think. What I think? I know you. I know you. First of all, I know you would never say something like that to her because it would be too mean. See, thank you. That's what I want you to say. This is what I need you to say. This is why I wanted to do this. All right. That girl was like, heartbroken because John had to leave her, and he would never have said that to her. Like months later, when he found out Yoko was pregnant with Sean, he never would have gone to May's house and said, "Boy, I wish this was your baby and not Yoko's." He wouldn't. He wouldn't have said it out of even if he thought that, which I know he didn't. He wouldn't have said that to May because he wouldn't have wanted to have hurt her. She Thank you, Lena. Continue. Right. The things she says that John did are so thoughtless and infantile. That's not him. And people are so ready to embrace that quality through her fucking bullshit. He would never have said that to her. Oh, don't you wish this was your baby? Nah, 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 nah. Like, what the fuck? And people are like, oh, poor May. And there, she's happy that she did it again. She told a stupid fucking lie about John. In this latest interview, too, she said how much she hated the Annie Leibovitz picture of John naked on the cover, hugging Yoko, because it made him look vulnerable and stupid, and she hated that picture. There's something wrong with her. This is what I'm saying, John. And there's something wrong with the public that they're embracing that viewpoint. And there's also something wrong with a 70-year-old woman who can't stop reliving what happened, 50 years ago to her. Just because she slept with a famous guy for a couple of months. It's over, Johnny, Right. Right. So, yeah, okay, I do understand that you would want to say that about... It's the whole thing is very disrespectful to your family. You're right. And she knows that Yoko, and she only came out with this film and everything else. She very strategically planned that she only came out with it when Yoko was like way too incapacitated to ever even have a hope of coming up against her at this point. She's struggling, a woman struggling with her health. She's in her 90s. So like, that's another thing. May was always highly manipulative. If she knows the right type of people that she can manipulate. Right. I never felt that she was a victim. I never felt that I had victimized her. I started to feel like somebody who was she was attempting to control me in ways that I was not comfortable with, and that I felt much better going back to Yoko. I felt safer going back to Yoko. It's that simple. She was a more intelligent partner. It made more sense. Intelligent, not, well, yeah, a brilliant woman. May was not as dope, but certainly she was no mother, right? She was no Yoko in the intellect department. But yeah, Yoko was more I was on equal footing with her. May, that was never going to be. She was not any great shakes. She was a short-term companion. And again, she knew the score from the get-go. I said, this is never gonna be a permanent thing. It never is. So know that. And like, maybe that's, maybe I should have realized. I blame myself many times. Maybe I should have realized, trifling with somebody like that. But I was also not in my right mind. And people who have struggled with substance abuse know that you're not always thinking about anyone else but your own, gratification. No, that's it. That's all I really can say. And I'm continuing to do, penance for that mistake. For that mistake. That was a mistake. Not loving someone and doing that to them was a mistake. Do you think she loved you? She loved being with me. But I don't think no, she didn't know me. I've said this to you already. She didn't know me. How do you love someone you don't know? You can't. She never knew me. No, she never knew me. Not many people did. The inner circle knew me. Yoko knows me. Sean knows me. Julian knows me. The boys know me. Mother and father know me. You know me, Lena. Oh, I know you. And you still love me, and that says a lot. Oh, no. You're easy to love. What are you, crazy? Listen, you just blew the Wi-Fi on the other computer. I know, saw that. Because you're so keyed up. Yeah. So we were going to show a clip of something else, and it blew. It blew right out. Yeah. That's all right. This is it. This is all I want to say. It's good. It's good. Okay, it's a real good video. And that's it. And yeah, no, we have not watched that stupid fucking documentary yet. And oh, I want to say one more thing about what else she said in that interview. Oh, right. She said that she talks to the spirit of John and that John lives with her. And she said she's never mentioned it until now because she thought people would think she was crazy. Right, very convenient now that Lena's been out about it for 10 years, right? Suddenly May's got a story about she's living with the spirit of John Lennon, right? But that's neither here nor there because, I know that's just like a lot of people say that. Anyway, not just May. Oh, I can feel John around me. And, well, people do feel that strong energy. So he's an undeniable energy. People, but I know that what they have is not what I have with him. And it's not possible. Please, if you had what I had with him, you'd all be like talking about it because it's so fucking insane that you'd need to talk about it. But I don't know. Maybe you wouldn't talk about it. I don't know. I feel better talking about it. Yeah, I do too. Talking about it with you. And I'm so glad you feel the way you do because it makes it easier, But what you wanted to say is that in this interview, just before the end of the interview, May said, "Oh, I was watching Law and Order." Oh, good for you, May. I was hanging out watching Law and Order, and I was talking to John, the spirit of John, and I was asking him if the documentary was a good thing. My documentary was going to be a success, and I wanted to know what he thought. And one of the characters on Law and Order suddenly at that moment said, "Hey, whatever gets you through the night," right? And yeah, that is kind of a weird thing that she says that happened. But and I'm sure it did happen. I don't think she lies about a lot of things, but I don't think that was a lie, John. No, it wasn't a lie. But you remember, there's a lot of trickster spirits. And what have I told you about? May's been conferring with trickster spirits for as long as she's a witch. Yeah. Yeah. All right. Well, now I feel what? I feel like the credibility of this video is what? Me calling May a witch? She's a witch. So is Yoko. People have called you a witch, but you prefer not to call yourself one. You're a seer. You're a mighty seer and a holy woman. Her, no. May, no. She's not a holy woman. But she is somewhat huh. How to put this delicately? There is no delicate way to put it. I'm going to leave it open. Okay. I somehow feel really relieved that you did that just now and didn't go further into this. Yeah. Yeah. You're saying that I am protecting you. Yes, I am. Because you saw what happened last night. Yeah. I really had like the most horrible-ish nightmare. Now that I think of it more, it was terrible. Really horrible thing. I can't talk about it. And it was her. Yeah. It won't happen again if I can help it, Lena. I'm so sorry. It's all right, honey. Mother and Father protect us. Well, we're always protecting you. But Lena, yes, Mom, you have to watch that documentary because that's what's blocking you. Because John wants to dissect it with you. So if you have to pay $2 to rent it, can you just do it already? Because he thought you were going to do it on Thanksgiving, and it's now after New Year's. Yes, if is that it is an order from the top this week. All right. Yes. Sorry. It's all right. It's all right. But this is what happens when you don't open every door. And she's got nothing on you guys, but she plays dirty pool. Mm. Lena, we're not saying this to frighten you. Dad, yeah, Dad is backing him up. I know that. I'm not saying it to frighten you. But we don't want a repeat of. Look, it's the last stone unturned. How, there's no more documentaries or books or anything or interviews she could give or write. You know, and yeah, I'll remind you of one last thing. And I know it just came to your mind too, but I'll say it. When I first reconnected with Lena back in 2013, she never asked about May. She was very interested in my relationships with my wives. And she was well aware of May. She remembered May was when I was, Lena was a young teenager when I was on page 6 in the Daily News, getting drunk and being seen with May back in the 70s. She knew of May. I know that. In fact, yeah, well, we won't get it. She's known a couple of May Pangs in her life, but that's another story, right? Yeah. Um. So she never asked about her and stuff, and that was the one thing that I worried about. Like, what's it going to be like convincing her that May was not anybody to me? Because she's going to think, oh, that young, like, I know, Lena, I know she probably, how you felt when you saw me with May. Probably like, oh, yeah, I did. I was like, oh, he's got some young chippy, and I felt like everyone else did. Oh, she's pretty. Wow. I guess he likes some young, he left Yoko for her. Remember, this was my, 13, 14-year-old mind taking this in and just reading about my old Beatle hero, John Lennon, suddenly in the papers with this young Chinese girl. Right. But I didn't give it much thought. I had other things. Yeah, she had handball and park boys on her mind. Yeah. I was not thinking about being with John Lennon in 1972 or 4 or whatever it was. Right. And so about a year into our reconnect, Lena was going through Christopher's albums, and she came across the May Pang recordings of when I was recording with Spectre, but the album is called the May Pang tapes, right? So I was like, oh, right, May Pang. What was the story with her? What even happened with her? That's how clueless Lena was about May Pang. After all these years, okay? This was 2014, and this was Lena, like, suddenly, finally asking me, whatever happened? What happened with you in May anyway? What was that all about? And John got absolutely, like, completely flustered. And at that time, we were having such a great time. We were really getting to know each other again, sort of, and learning more about each other, and it was really exciting, and we were writing a lot of music and making all kinds of, I don't know, plans for recording and stuff, and I was just excited, like, to be psychically involved with him. And all of a sudden he just like flipped out and he starts going, "Oh boy, I knew it. I fucking knew it. Here it comes. Here it fucking comes." And I was just like, what the hell did I say? I said all I was going to do was put this album on to hear these recordings. Why? What the hell happened with this girl that you're like this? And he was just like, "Oh, just forget it, you know." And I was like, "No, what the hell happened? What are you fucking getting all upset?" And then he just said, "I just knew this was going to be this'll be a fucking mess now. This is going to ruin everything. It's going to fucking ruin everything." And like really upset. And I said, "You know what? Just please forget it. I don't want to know anything about her." But his reaction like scared me so much. Like, what the fuck is he so upset about? What did he do? Or what did she do? Or what did they do? Like, what do I not know? And what does he not want? It's not that I didn't want you to know anything. I just felt like I knew what a damaging force she could be. And I knew what a liar she is. And I knew that there was so much ahead that she was far from being going to be silent. And I was so happy to be back with you. And I was like, balls, she is going to fuck this up. I knew this one was going to fuck things up. This was a mess from the get-go, and I was like, damn me to hell for getting involved with that fucking bullshit. Just for a slice of pussy here and there. Wasn't even worth it at all. Now what? What are you saying now what? Who said now what? I did. You sounded like me, I know. So, but then it wasn't even that bad because I was just like, who cares? Who the fuck cares? John, it happened so many fucking years ago. We all had relationships with lunatics or whatever. Fuck it. Who cares? Let's just have fun now. That's bullshit. But then he was right. Over the years, she has like really gotten on my fucking nerves. Not because I'm jealous of her or threatened by her or any of those things, but because of the way she portrays John and continues to get away with portraying him. And that really bothers me. And I don't know how to make it not bother me, except just not, but it's all over the place, and we're on the media, and I know things pop up. And I see them too. And the thing is, I saw that interview and I was like, Lena, I want to talk about this one interview this idiot gave about Sean and me wishing it was her baby. And I must address this. And it has nothing to do with ego. It has to do with saying how much I loved and love my family. Sean and Yoko are my family. I know, honey. I know. And it makes it difficult and spotty, too, because of Julian's place in this whole thing. She really throws him in the middle of it because he's her one link that is still kindly and a gentleman toward her. But you could see he tries to keep himself pretty separate from it, but it's difficult for him because he's kind. He's a kind man with a good heart. And she uses that to her advantage. And that's it. And yeah, mother and father want you to watch that documentary with me, and I don't really care. You do it when we're ready, okay? You do it when we're ready. Yeah. But the more you put it off, the more power it's going to have over us. Because it's the last thing, really. And her mojo, I want to shake it I want to shake it off. Enough already. I'm done. I understand. I understand. We'll watch it tonight. Tomorrow would be fine. Okay, we'll watch it tomorrow. Tomorrow night. No, whenever you want. If you want to watch it, no, maybe tonight. We'll talk. All right. So that's good, right? Yeah. Yeah, it's all fine. It's all fine. Many a tear have to fall, but it's all in the game. You know. And you can connect with so many people psychically, right? Either on my side, on the other side, or hi Keith Moon and Cynthia are here, yeah. But like, you know, Sin and Keith and the rest and Bowie, but you can also connect with David Johansen, people who are not right, Ringo and Paul, yeah, George Shrift George, yeah. But you have no desire to connect with May, right? No. And guess what? I will never let her get through. Never. And that's, I'll make this last point and then we'll go. Okay. When May was watching Law and Order, like she said in that interview, and whatever gets you through the night, when she asked about the documentary, and that whatever gets you through the night was said on Law and Order, right. That was no mistake. That was definitely meant for her from our camp. Because I don't connect with her directly either, Lena. I have people keeping an eye on her, okay, from our team. And if you think about it, Law and Order, Justice, what card did we pull today? Justice. Law and Order she was watching, and she asked, what about the documentary? The song was, whatever gets you through the night, kid, not bless you. You understand? Yes. It's like, all right, do what you gotta do, because you're not gonna shut your yap no matter what anyone says. You already put the fucking documentary out there, so what are you fucking asking me now for? Don't worry, Law and Order will have its way with you. 27-27, if you just saw that. I did. All right? I love you, Johnny. Don't get upset, all right? I'm doing my best. I know.